supported President Buhari in 2019.
Yes.
And for many people, he simply didn't deliver.
Yes.
I mean, you supported Tinubu in 2023, and
yes.
now you're saying he's not delivering.
Yes.
So how can we trust that the person you supported in 2027 can deliver?
You don't have to. Don't trust what I say. It looks like I'm not very good at picking successful presidents, so don't trust me if I say vote for Charles Aniagolu. Look at your situation, look at yourself and ask yourself whether the person that I'm campaigning for or the person that I'm supporting to be president will be better than what you have now. Life, human affairs, life is all about relativity. You have to ask yourself, will this man do a better job? When we supported Bola Tinubu for president, we were under the mistaken impression that he will be better.
I was going to ask you about that because I wanted to get into why you supported him so totally, because I remember interviewing you during that period. I mean, there was, many people would say that there was never anything about him that really inspired people to believe that he could really change this country dramatically. He didn't take part in any debates that brought some new insight. He wasn't particularly charismatic, and many people didn't see anything in his DNA that made him particularly stand out. Was there something about him that you detected that separated him from the pack as far as you were concerned and made you support him so totally in 2023?
Okay, so for me personally, because you asked me, Bola Tinubu was never someone I was close to, even in the party, because in the party I was a Buhari boy. Bola has his boys, Buhari had his boys. We are Buharists, no apologies. So Bola Tinubu never really liked me. We never really got along. The person that I got along with was Baba Akande, and I was his deputy national secretary. We were among the first leaders of the party. As far as I was concerned, once Bola Tinubu got the ticket of the party, it was my duty as a party man to do my best to deliver him in Kaduna, and wherever I see that there is a potential problem that I can solve to ensure his election, I will do that. Is he perfect? No. Some people said Bola Tinubu is not his name. Nobody knows his birth date for sure. Nobody knows who his parents are for sure. There are all kinds of questions.
And that didn't bother you at the time?
It did bother me because I know my name, I know my parents, I know my birth date, I know I have classmates, okay, and there are no questions about whether I graduated from Ahmadu Bello University or not, okay. All those questions were there about about Tinubu. But for me, the question was, he was governor of Lagos. Yes. How did he govern Lagos? He governed Lagos in a very inclusive manner. He had an Igbo guy as a commissioner. He had another Hausa man from Daura as one of his special advisors. In Lagos, in 1999, that was almost unique. He ran an inclusive government. After winning the elections with the Agberos and all that, he went and got the Cardosos, Wale Eduns, Yemi Osinbanjos from the private sector to come and help him run the government. So he did a decent job in governing Lagos. That's the only thing we know about him as far as governing is concerned. The way I looked at it is, well, look, he did a decent job in Lagos. Lagos has improved. You can't deny that. He laid a foundation. Many people have issues about how he held on to Lagos and so on and so forth. But the place is improving. If he can do half of that on a pan-Nigeria level, this country will move forward. So I said, look, he's the candidate of the party. I will support him. I will do everything to ensure he wins. So that's my explanation.
Right.
Now, fast forward.
He's failed you.
Fast forward.
As you said.
He has. Look, the one thing I was almost confident President Tinubu would do would be to have a competent team, solid people. Look at his cabinet. It's a joke. The largest cabinet in Nigeria's history, maybe there are 5 ministers that can be called ministers in the time I was minister, which was 20 years prior, okay? Who is the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala in that cabinet? Who is the Obi Ezekwesili? You know, there is just no quality. Anytime I wake up and I see the Tinubu government, inflicting more pain on Nigerians and just bungling governance. The simplest things in governance that I knew when I was DG of BP, these guys can't even get it together. Whenever I see that, I thank God, because I think God saved me. I'm a very lucky person. I think God saved me from the embarrassment of having to explain to be part of this disaster. Okay?
Funny how the chicken has come back home to roost, and these political defectors who worked tirelessly to help get Bola Tinubu into the presidency, and now it didn't work out well for them, and now they're all jumping around. I said that to say this. It was clear from 2022 into 2023 that Bola Tinubu was not the right person for Nigeria. It was clear. The likes of El-Rufai and co said he did, look at what he did in Lagos. Now he's saying he did a relatively good job. At that time, he was saying he built Lagos. Nigerians vote for him, he built Lagos. Lagosians told you guys at the time that this man was appropriating Lagos State to himself. He had been appropriating Lagos State to himself, meaning that he sort of, carved out Lagos State in his own image. Everything ran through him. Who's going to be the next governor? Who's going to be the next senator? Who's going to be the House of Rep member, local government chairman? It was like the Godfather. He literally circumvented everything in his own image. He wanted everything to go through him. And we told you guys at that time that he didn't build Lagos. What he was doing was taxing the people and then using everything for his own self. Bola Tinubu was a politician, public servant all his life, has become so rich, richer than a couple of states in Nigeria put together. So you cannot come today and tell us that after winning the election with area boys, you expect him to have quality cabinet members. He used the area boys, he used the thugs to win elections. And you think he's going to bring quality people to be his ministers? You can't now tell us that God saved you from the embarrassment of being part of this Bola Tinubu catastrophic government, that you don't want to be the one to explain to the Nigerians how bad this government is. It's too late for that. I think El-Rufai needs to come and tell Nigerians what happened behind the scene, how they managed to rig that election. This is where this forgiveness will start from. And by the way, the idea that you can come on TV, national TV, El-Rufai, to tell Nigerians that you were mistaken with the impression that you think he was going to do well. We told you he was never going to do well. We told you that this president, this guy at the time, he was old. Bola Tinubu he didn't have the stamina. For younger Nigerians like myself, we were talking about his stamina, the strength it takes to govern. He didn't have it. Forget about whether or not you want to say he has political sagacity, but he didn't have the strength. And to govern a Nigerian that is so diverse, ethnically speaking, you need that strength to be awake in the middle of the night. Do you know how many times this man fell asleep during conferences? Or he had bad days of balabluing and blue blind. The person that didn't even come to attend any interview or debate, and you tell us he's the right person, and now you're telling us that God saved you from it. Now, you said that, broadly speaking, that you were not friends with Bola Tinubu. Nigerians knew that. But I really want to commend Charles for asking that question. Bola Tinubu didn't have the appealing to Nigerians. He didn't have that, there was no charisma. Nigerians looked at him and said, no, we can't be led by a man like this. He's past his time. And the result is what we're seeing today. So for me, I think it's newsworthy to say what he said, that Bola Tinubu's cabinet is a joke. There's no quality. Apparently, there's no quality in Bola Tinubu's cabinet. Please show me the quality. You want to say Wike is working at whose expense? The same Wike that built, refurbished international conference center that didn't need any work for 39 billion, and schools have been at home for more than 2 months. That's just to let you know. Ali Baba said this. I want to bring this in here. Ali Baba said that when you see politicians work on schools, it's because they know they can steal money from it. Paraphrased. If you look at the 39 billion Wike spent working on the International Conference Center, what would you say about that 39 billion? Not a new project, an existing one that you just painted. So stop coming to tell us about competence in Bola Tinubu's cabinet. Bola Tinubu has to be very competent, first of all, at that time for him to have a competent cabinet. And what we're seeing is just a joke. A joke, just borrowing money everywhere. We can't see what the project is for. So as we approach 2027, as you form your coalition party, for us as Nigerians, we're hoping that we're not going to listen to you. Nigerians are hoping they're not going to listen to who your preferred candidate. We're going to choose our candidate ourselves. And then we're going to run with that candidate so that we can unseat this government of catastrophe. Okay? So I stop saying that God saved you. God didn't save you. It just played you. He played you very well. So stop using God to placate your failure. You supported Buhari. It was a total failure. You supported Bola Tinubu. It's a disastrous failure. So what else is it you're talking about, El-Rufai? So I want to put that in the comment section for you. Let us know what you think about what El-Rufai's statements were, or all the things that he talked about, if you agree with him. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also recommend this channel to others. I'll catch you up in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.